Hello, it's Wednesday, so of course it's Happy Hump Day. You've probably heard the phrase before, nice guys finish last. Now, it's widely attributed to a US baseball legend by the name of Leo Durocher, and he spent many years as the manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers and then the New York Giants. It's a phrase that's entered popular lexicon, and it implies that to be successful, you have to go hard. You have to only look after yourself. Because if you're nice, you're seen as a schmuck. You're seen as someone who is silly and not looking out for your own interests. It suggests that for you to succeed, for you to win, everybody else has to lose. And so what it does is it can advocate selfish, self-serving, and at worst, narcissistic behaviour. Now, it's a sad reality that all of us will have come across people in our life who live by that lexicon. And you'll see people in organisations who adopt it. It's a style of behaviour that they think that by clawing their way to the top, they're going to be more successful than other people around them. You'll see people who everything they do is all about them. They're focused on how they can position themselves for success at the expense of others. Now, at the same time, there's lots of people like you and me who don't want to live a life like that, who don't want that reputation as being the person who's had to claw their way to the top at the expense of everybody else. There is a way that you can be nice and you can succeed. And similarly, it's the same with organisations. You'll sometimes see organisations, bigger organisations who have more power, who try and squash the little guy. They're using their market power to change the rules to their advantage. On both cases, both for the individual and for organisations, that type of behaviour, it's not necessary. And in the long term, it's not sustainable. You don't need to step over people to get to where it is that you want to get to. From my perspective, it's an outdated, an old-fashioned way of thinking. You know, we've seen for many, many years now the growing nature of the sharing economy and lots of predictions before the pandemic around how it was growing and becoming a much more important way and impact in terms of how we live our life, but also how we connect and engage with others. Many of us are finding that it's actually harder to do things alone. And what's more important is to find the people that we need to collaborate with who are going to help us achieve our outcome, but also help them achieve their outcome at the same time. At an individual level, being nice doesn't mean that you're a pushover. It doesn't mean that you're going to let everyone walk over you, and it doesn't mean that you can't get what it is that you want or need. But it does mean that you treat people with respect and with dignity. You're kind, considerate, and you're cooperative. And one of the best things about cooperating, about collaborating, there's this amazing thing that happens when we collaborate. These little chemical reactions get fired in our brain. And those chemical reactions, they're the same happy chemical reactions that you get when you're eating chocolate or having sex. So if you've ever wanted an even better reason to collaborate, well, you get the feel-good happiness from collaborating. At the same time, it's not just about collaborating, it's actually about finding ways to build relationships, to reach out, connect with those who are around you. Because at the end of the day, all of this, it's building your reputation. And when you've got a reputation as someone who is fair, kind, considerate, ethical, all of that builds and expands your reputation. You'll become the person that people want to do business with, that they'll want to connect and engage with, that they will want to have working in their team. Because they know that they can trust you. They'll know that you are a person of your word. And all of this will help propel you forward in whichever field it is that you're in or wanting to be in. And apart from all of those benefits, wouldn't you rather work in an environment, work in a team where it's pleasant, healthy, happy, connected. And wouldn't you want to be seen as the person who helps create that type of environment? So my challenge, next time you perhaps think that to get ahead, to achieve what it is that you need to achieve and want to achieve, that you need to push and shove and elbow your way forward, remember that nice people, they don't finish last. In fact, they're usually streets ahead. Take care, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.